Hey guys, Mike back here again, and I am doing. Let me take my time with this one. Algo Latino. I don't know if I butchered that or not, but Clark Tracy will be able to tell you. And Clark is the writer of this piece. This is a grade 4 piece in Group A on the Trinity syllabus. The books that they have, there's a lot in each book. This is a grade 3, grade 4, and grade 5 book. That's what it looks like. I'm sure it's in the thumbnail anyway, but. This is the last Group A piece, and the difference between Group A and Group B really is just the Group A pieces have backing tracks and the Group B pieces don't. The start of this has a flamma cue. If you haven't done flamma cues, it's one of the rudiments for grade 4. And the sticking is marked very clearly on it as a flamma cue. The way I learned flamma cues was say all on the snare. And it would be a flam, and then a right-handed flam, an accented left, and then a right left, and then another right-handed flam. So starts and ends with a right-handed flam. Blah 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 blah. So just to do them on the hats, and then you alternate. You do a left-handed flam, a right-handed accent, a left-right, and then a left-handed flam. Starts and ends with the same kind of flam, and then a. Okay, so what Clark has done here is he's used the flamma cue. I got confused for a second. That pause. I'm gonna leave that in because that's real life. Yeah, it's definitely flamma cue. I got confused between flam cues and flam accents. Flam accents different, using triplets and flams. So flamma cue is correct. I just wanted to make sure I was saying the right thing because God, it would be me to mess it up. Now. There was confusion at the start of this, and I put it out on Facebook to a couple of drum groups what they thought about the sticking, because the sticking here, it is a flamma cue and it indicates that we use the ride on the flamma cue. So the flam is on the snare and then the left hand hits the ride, so it's. And then you do the opposite flamma cue with the left hand. Now, as you can see, I was reaching over there with the left hand for the ride. That can't be right. So I put it out online, and a couple of people came back and they were like, I think it probably, you have to follow the instructions, and maybe it indicates that there's a need to have a ride symbol on the left hand side here rather than that mad stretch over. I actually tweeted Clark Tracy because he's a good friend of mine now. Hey Clark, how you doing? And I asked him, I'll put the tweet in because editing's the thing. There it is. And basically, as you can see, Clark was like, yeah, that's a typo, well spotted. You definitely are supposed to use the crash on that left hand. So, as we start out this piece, we're going to go a right-handed flam, and then we have the left hand on the crash, not crashing down into it, just use the tip on the body. Okay, bass drum underneath that, left hand on the crash cymbal, and then alternating with the left hand flam. And now on this flam, you do have a bass drum underneath it, so that's a slight difference. There's 2 bass drums on the second one, and then you have a 2-beat rest, 3, 4. So it's 3, 4. 3, 4, and then a third time exactly the same, except you don't rest on the 3, 4. 3, 4. Okay, so that's the intro, and then on section A, it's a bell of ride cymbal, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and the 1 of the next bar is tied in, so we don't play it. We go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and the 1 of the next bar is tied in, so we don't play it. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, and the 1 on the ride is tied in, so we don't play it, but we do have a bass drum, so it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 E and So it's 3 and rack tom, 4 bass drum, floor tom E, sorry, rack tom, and 3 and 4 E and. Okay, 13, 1 and 2 and 3 is tied in, we don't play it. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Okay, repeat back to 7. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. This time around we play ending 2. It's bracketed and it has a 2. We go 1 and 2, and then we have triplets on the snare. These are flam accents now. Flam accent, or 1 and or 3 and but then we don't stay all on the snare for the left-handed flam. 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and the sticking is marked right, left, right, left, right, left. That right is a right-handed flam. That left is left-handed flam. But the sticking is all marked out there. We continue on. 16. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Flam, flam, flam. 2 flams separated between the snare and the floor tom. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and bass, floor, left, left on the snare, snare. 20. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and rest on 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. However you want to count your triplets you can, but I 2 and is what I count. DSL coda, so we go back to sign, which happens to be bar 7. And we play onto coda, which happens to be bar 12. So just that section, that's section A, I guess you could call it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and. Okay, now we jump to coda. It says to coda there and has like a bullseye, and the coda, if you look, is on the next page, bar 24, and it goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Let me just clarify what that is. It's bass drum, snare drum and rack tom. 1 snare with the left and 2 rest on 3 bass drum and floor tom. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we have a repeat of kind of what we had at the start or in the outro. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's the end. Okay. It's a tough piece. It's very jazzy to my ear. I know it's a Latin piece, but it certainly takes jazz chops to be able to play it, I think. It's a challenging piece. If you're taking it on, take your time with it. Always try and do things sectionally. So, like, take the intro, bar 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and work on that as a section until you're comfortable with it, with the Flamacue. And yeah, best of luck with it. If you have any questions, throw them in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. If you're working on this syllabus, best of luck with it, and I shall see you the next time I turn on a camera. Cheers. Bye.